The question number 1. Go to the sheet 2. Okay. So in this, you were supposed to find out these quiz 2, quiz 3, and quiz 4, correct? So VLOOKUP is the function which you should use. VLOOKUP, D4, go in the question number 1. The sheet is C1 to K9. C1 to K9 makes sense. And you have freeze the table, okay? And then because I said that it has to be dynamic, so you are using match. Good job. So in the match, you're using quiz 2, right? E3. So as I said that if you can remove this also, okay? But I understand you go in the sheet question 1 and then come back. So sheet reference automatically adds. But if you want, you can remove this because we are using the same sheet and we are referring to the same cell. So here I'm looking for the quiz 2 and the blocking is done correctly. Down the line, it should not change. And left to right, this should be quiz 3. So E is not blocked. Then C1 to K9 is a column, so I can see that it has to be C1 to K1. Perfect. So match returns the position and then it goes in the VLOOKUP exact match. Okay, perfect. So this is cool and this formula is dynamic. So if I go and change this to quiz 3, you see that the answer is coming. Okay, wonderful. So here, and give you marks. So this is 5 marks term. This is, if you're not able to understand, ask me. We have done this several times, right? You will have this test also with you with the answers. But he has done it, so I believe if he can do it, all of you can do it. You any doubts in this? Let me know. Okay, let's go to the question number 2 now. So question number 2: what is student Rohit count in this table? Well, that's very simple. You can use the COUNTIF. Let's see what he has done. COUNTIF. Yes, good job. So let's give him the score here also. Okay. All right. Let's go to the question number 3. How many students? And remember one thing. Because this was your first test, so duration was 60 minutes. But in practical life, if these questions will be given to you, you should not be taking more than 10 minutes. Remember that, because I told you, your management will not want to know that how big you are in Excel. They want that speed and the accuracy. Okay, so if you have done this in 60 minutes, don't think that you have achieved that goal. No. Again, keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it, right? Till the time your speed is not at that level when you are able to finish all these questions in just 10 minutes. Okay, this is also very important. And this is all requires practice. How many students are in total from East and North zone? Okay, so how many students are in total? So I'm only asking, okay, so you created actually the different report. I was looking for a single number. Basically, I was looking at you should go and say, tell me the total number of students from East. So COUNTIF, and then one more COUNTIF, right? Again, in the same range, we will go. And this time, we will go and say, we actually need West or whatever, North, right? This was the question. So finally, this is the answer. Now, what you have done is also fine. You actually taken all those students' names and you then said that if this person COUNTIFs, so you're trying to say that if this person is available in this, how many times? Isn't it? Is that what you're saying? Go in the range here, E4 to E14. Pick Rohit. Okay, so Rohit is going to pick. And then you say that go here and pick East. Okay, so Rohit from East is coming. Yeah, so in a way, I mean, it makes sense. So if you go and add all this, it should also give you 7, as you can see here. Okay, so I'll give you full marks, no doubt. Okay, but the question was not exactly. I was not looking for the summary, but but I'm happy the logic created. So for those who didn't understand, I said that give me the east and the north count. So a simple formula. But then again, if you're going to say that, okay, so all these people are coming from which zone? Only from east and north he is using, right? So ultimately the total will be same only, guys, isn't it? Because if you have here, let's say east coming twice or 4 times the east is coming, right? So counter will give you 4. But he's saying that I'm not going to count east only. I'm going to count the person name also if that person is from east. So this way also, if you go and calculate and when you go and total this, you will get the same answer. Okay. Okay. So why how this score is missed? Anyways, I'll just put it. Okay. Let's go to the question number 4. What is the total salary between 11th Feb and 12th Feb? Okay. So you created the dates here. Okay. No, I'm saying what is the total salary between 11 and 12? I'm not again asking you. You didn't understand the question. You want to add these two numbers. So this is go in this table in the date you are going. Okay, let's see that. Okay, so in the range you're going, and then you're saying, I want this date. Okay, so that means equals to this date, and then you're going here in the salary. You're picking this salary, right? So now the point is that these are 11th and 12th, so your logic is going to work if I simply go and say equals to, right? This is the answer I need. So you created these dates. This is not a right answer, but in this data, this may be a right answer because I'll tell you how. First of all, if, right, because I'm just looking for the number, total salary. So when you write the sum if, a sum is, you give the sum range, which is called the salary, right? Now in the salary, your criteria is what? Your criteria is range is this. Now in the criteria range, if you have already written a date here, it's okay. So you can say that the criteria has to be greater than equals to, right? And then you can join this with this date in this way. Okay, so this means anything which is greater than or equals to 11th, right? And at the same time, in the same range, if it is less than or equals to this date, right? Then we want to see the total. This is how. Okay, now let's see that. So 11th and 12th we have here. So first of all, let me see that the dates you have written, are they number or not? Yeah, they are number. Okay. So less than, greater than equals to 11, which should include this, and less than equals to, okay, sorry.
Sir, in the double quotes.
I was asking, not this one, right? But again, I would have given you the this marks. But the point is, this is very important. Pay attention, everyone. You're saying that equals to 11. You're not using greater than equals to. Now the thing is, because these dates are, there's no gap between these dates. So ultimately, when you say equals to 11 and equals to 12, and you're adding this and this answer is going to be same. Right, because there's no date between these. But let's say if the question is 11th February and 14th February, okay, let's say, or 13th February, for example, right? Now I go and change here that this to 13th February, right? Now this changes, but this does not changes. Why? Because you said I want a salary for 11th February and 13th February. You are not saying between. How the between is going to come here when you say greater than or equals to. Okay, so that is the gap here. Okay, so this is the answer. We have talked about this so many times that between is greater than equals to sign you have to go and use. Okay, if the quantity is less than 10, then print that's it. Okay, so how he's doing? He's using some @ sign, that's fine. just you can ignore this, okay? Or maybe it's automatically coming, I guess, because by chance I think this was not converted to a range. This is a table. So when I go and select any cell, what happens? If I press enter, it's working. In your case, if I use, let's say, if, yeah. See, guys, when I go here, you will be surprised to see that I don't have F4 here. Now that has nothing to do with the formula. Okay, this is a different kind of concept. I'll talk about that later, right? But I want to just see that how he has done it. So to understand this, I'm just going to convert this to a range. So he's starting with if and question 5 F4, if this is greater than equals to 10 and between 10 and 20 medium sale, if this is between TK, this is also good. And if you are failing, then the final option is excellent. Otherwise, bad sale. Okay. Otherwise, bad sale. So between 10 and 20 is what? Medium sale. Okay. You are using if and then if this fails, then you're saying, let's go and check 21 to 50, which is good in case if this qualifies, right? And then finally, in the next you're going, okay, so you're checking now if this is greater than 50, then excellent. Otherwise, bad sale. Yeah, so basically, if the number is not between 10 and 20, and if the number is not between 21 and 50, and then the number is also not greater than 50, then what is left, right? So this is right. In this case, you could use if in any form. I mean, in any uh, position. There's no problem. Okay, what is the highest quantity in this database? Well, that's very simple. Max 222. What is the name of the item which has the lowest quantity? Yeah, for example, is that curd? So how you have done it? No. I'm saying give me the name. I'm even saying, for example, is that curd or milk? I'm looking for a name, not this. Now this is one is correct, but one against which item is coming? Curd. So you have to go and write the formula here. Now, how you will write the formula? It's very simple. You simply go and copy this and paste it here. And once you have got the minimum number, the lowest number, that is going to be a part of VLOOKUP now, like this, right? Finally, then the VLOOKUP will go in this table and look up the one, and you have the item, right? This is what I actually wanted it. Now, if I change this to, let's say, 0, see, milk should come, right? So this was the main important thing. I hope all of you understood, right? First we found the lowest number, and then we said we look up, you look up that number. Obviously, that lowest number is from the database only. So we look up, can use that number. Okay. So in this, basically you have 1 plus 5 is the distribution. So you have only got 1 because the second question you couldn't do it. Okay. Those who are from East should have 100 increment into their existing salary, and those from the other zones should get same salary. Okay. So we have done this many times. You need to see this person is from which zone. Use the VLOOKUP. You say that I want to find out your zone from this 4th column. This gives you north. So start writing here if, and then check if this is north. Then again go and look up Neil in this table and find out the salary. I'll not do all that. Has been done so many times. So I'll use a single function. We'll create big function. So I'm saying that whatever the zone is, if that zone is east, then time to increase the salary. But first, find out the salary. What is the salary? Because we don't know the salary. So for that, we look up again, we'll go in this table, right? And the 3rd column we will receive, and then 100 will be added. Now, how difficult was it? Was it difficult? If it is not east, then you just need to use the same VLOOKUP again without adding anything. Simply return the salary. That was the thing. And I have done this in class several times. Let's see that. So check the Neil. Neil is from north zone, so same salary. If I change the Neil to east, you see 100 increment is done. Okay.
So in the previous question, so there are three Rohit in fact from east.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Um, let the
So but it is
function
just
takes the
incrementing
first.
the first one, not the
Right?
rest of them.
Sorry.
It is
Yeah,
just
yeah.
incrementing.
It will increment the first one only. But this is a data flow. But you can always as I said that day also, that if you find maybe the question is incorrect, either you go and write it that I'm leaving this question because this is the issue with this. But in this question, if you have written this, people will actually know that technically you are fine. You are able to develop the formula. Of course, this by mistake, I forgot that this part has to be east, but it doesn't matter. If you go and write the function this way, I understand that okay, the logic he is able to make, student is able to make the logic. Of course, first Rohit will be picked up. There's no doubt about that, right? So, but attempt was not there. That's the point. Let's go to the question number 8. If the total quantity of item as on date is more than 50, then print in demand. Well, that's pretty simple. Let's see total quantity of these items. So how you have done it? No, here now, this is exactly now the question you have asked here that it's repeating. Here you have thought about the same, because you see, now you are picking salt. You're using VLOOKUP. Said that you're saying VLOOKUP, give me the salt, give me the salt quantity, right? So VLOOKUP returns the salt what? 31, right? But the question is not about that. We are talking about total quantity of item as on date. Understand, I have written here as on date, which means all the salt items as on date we have to first go and add and then see what is the status. So instead of using the VLOOKUP, you should have used actually SUMIF. That SUMIF, go in this range, get me this salt total quantity, and then let's go and say greater than 50, right? So now this is how it happens in Excel real environment. The requirement which client want, that requirement you should be immediately able to understand it. Otherwise, the results will be incorrect. So let me drag this now. I think I have freezed everything. Yeah. So this is your correct answer. Understood. Now, for example, if I increase the salt here to 200, oh sorry, I increase the sugar. Well, fine. See, it's coming in demand, right? If you want to check in the formula tab, I can show you. First of all, the summary will go and will work on this sugar, right? Sugar will be filtered as on date is coming to 03, and then rest you know how it is going to happen. Has any doubt? And I was like, you're going pretty fine. So this is your total score. Okay. Anyways, doesn't matter. We will have more tests in future. And the first test is always a experience maker. So